We got a ribbon cutting for Royal Caribbean's newest beach club. We got a new cruise ship home porting from Galveston, Texas. And MSC has placed a new order for a new class of cruise ship. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to some cruise news. And we got a couple stories for you today. We're going to start off talking about Royal Caribbean's Paradise Beach Club. They're in Nassau, Bahamas. This past Saturday on the 13th, they had the ribbon cutting service, and the first passengers are going to be arriving there around December the 23rd. Now, this is only going to be for Royal Caribbean guests, so if you're sailing on any other cruise line, of course, you will not be able to get a pass into the beach club. Do have to be on a Royal Caribbean ship. And I do kind of wonder, are these prices good? Are they bad? Is this something that cruisers are going to book often? Because it does seem a little bit on the pricey side. So for adults over the age of 21 that want the unlimited open bar, free Wi-Fi, towels, lounge chairs, you're looking at $170 per person. Now, they also have lower tier day passes starting at $130, includes everything that the 170 does except no alcohol. It's only non-alcoholic drinks. So for $170 per person, it's unlimited alcohol drinks. For $130, no alcohol drinks are included. And that's going to be for those that are 13 and over. Kids ages 4 through 12, $110 per child. Children under the age of 3 are free. Now, here's where it's a little bit different from Coco Key. Because, yeah, your $170 does get you unlimited dining, does get you unlimited alcoholic beverages, the free Wi-Fi, stuff that's, included when you go to Coco Key if you purchased a drink package. See, that's the key. If you purchased a drink package on board the ship, your drink package does not work in Royal Caribbean Paradise Beach Club. Does work on Coco Key, does not work in the beach club. And that's really the difference between those two prices. $170 alcohol, $130 no alcohol, but they both include dining, they both include free Wi-Fi, towels, beach chairs, umbrellas. If you want a cabana, of course, that is more. Cabanas are starting around $2,200 if you want to get a cabana there on Paradise Beach Club. And so my question is this something cruisers are going to utilize a lot going into the future? I mean, when it first opens, yeah, it's going to probably be busy. People are going to want to look. They're going to want to check it out. They're going to want to see, is it worth $170 per person for a day pass? But I don't know that that's going to appeal to everybody, because there are less expensive all-inclusive options that they can choose through shore excursions. So we'll kind of see how this works out for Royal Caribbean. We'll see if this is a good long-term decision. I don't know, maybe the prices go up, maybe the prices go down in the future if people don't want to pay $170 to be on the beach and have drinks all day. Next up, the Norwegian Viva. Well, now officially is home porting from Galveston, Texas. She will be sharing the new MSC cruise terminal at Terminal 16, and we will be doing both Eastern and Western Caribbean cruises. So if you're a fan of Norwegian Cruise Lines, you got another option, a new option out of Galveston, Texas. And finally, MSC Cruise Lines. Well, they just placed an order for 2 more of their world-class ships. Now, here they are again. They placed an order for 4 of a new class of cruise ship that right now they're currently calling the New Frontier class. Now, what's interesting about this is that they are going kind of in a different direction than what you see a lot of the other cruise lines doing. A lot of cruise lines now, they're ordering new, bigger, mega ships. How many people and passengers can we possibly stuff on a cruise ship? Well, MSC's New Frontier class, it's actually going the other direction. It's going to be smaller than their world-class ships. A max passenger capacity of 5,400, weighing in roughly around 180,000 gross tons. So instead of going bigger, they're actually going to go a little bit smaller. They've ordered 4 of them so far. They have an option for 2 more. Now, we don't have any other information on this new class of ship yet, other than the size and expected passenger capacity, but we'll definitely be listening, see what else we can learn. Because while new, great, large mega ships are, they're fun, lots of people, lots of activities and things to do on board, there are definitely a lot of cruisers out there that would like to see some cruise ships going the other direction. Instead of going big, maybe go a little bit smaller. And this could be a smart choice for MSC. There's cruise ports out there that don't like these mega ships dumping 7,000 passengers, in port on a daily basis. Plenty of ports out there have talked and discussed, and it's been voted on to reduce the number of cruise passengers. So a cruise line going the other direction, building a smaller cruise ship, could give them more opportunities and more ports that they could sail to in the future that some of these new larger mega ships simply can't go to. And that is going to be our cruise news for today. What do you guys think about Royal Caribbean's Paradise Beach Club? Is it worth it or is it not? Is this something that you would book just to go try? Or, well, if you happen to get there, you happen to get there type of situation. Any plans to book and sail on Norwegian Viva now that it's in Galveston, Texas? And your thoughts on MSC Cruise Lines building a smaller class of cruise ship. Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.